Hey, what's up guys? My name is Destery and welcome back to another Despwns review. So today I'll be reviewing the game that came out alongside the Nintendo Switch, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And again, I don't think I have to mention how much of a Zelda fan I am, but in case there are those of you who don't know, it should be pretty apparent now. So is Zelda Breath of the Wild just too different for a true Zelda fan to enjoy? Or was it the perfect mix of both classic Zelda themes as well as introducing new and exciting things to the game? And before we answer that question, I'm going to go into this review with as little spoilers as possible, so, just in case some of you have not experienced the game for yourself. Anyway, the story of Breath of the Wild starts how any other Zelda game has ever started, with Link fucking sleeping. As he awakes, he finds the world of Hyrule in a state of peril, with giant moblins running around with spears, and Ganon, of course, being a dickhole once again. Luckily for Link, he gets help along the way to defeat the moblins and skeletons and put an end to Ganon's shit. So one of the things that I was kind of skeptical about in Breath of the Wild was that a lot of the characters in the game actually get voice lines, which is something that traditionally Zelda games have never really done, spare like the few lines in Ocarina of Time, like, hey! And then Midna being like, truly fantastic voice acting. But in this regard, I was actually pleasantly surprised with how well the voice acting seemed to seamlessly make the story more believable and more immersive than I've previously felt in a Zelda game. Another thing that I was kind of skeptical about at first was the fact that you can play the game in any order you want. So like traditional Zelda games, there are the temples that you would normally encounter in the game, but you can choose to do them in any order you want or even not at all. Seriously, there's actually an option just to say, yo, fuck it, and walk into Hyrule with your balls out, wearing nothing but some undergarments and wielding a pot lid as a shield and actually killing Ganon. Is it likely you'll win? No. But can you? Yes. So that way, Breath of the Wild is vastly different from its predecessors, with A Link Between Worlds really being the only other game I can think of where you can do the temples in any order you wanted to. Breath of the Wild also does a fantastic job in not babying you to the point where a little helper reminds you every 10 seconds of shit that you're supposed to be doing, because honestly, you don't have to do shit. You could climb a mountain for the entirety of the game and there's not a single person or companion that's like, yo Link, what the fuck you doing, motherfucker? Which is just so nice when you want to just catch lizards and cook things over a fire for 2 hours and not save a princess in the entire world for the 15th fucking time. And what I can say about the story without giving too much away is that it's awesome. That's it. Alright, this review is over. Wow, that's a great review. I'm so sold on that. Thanks, I tried. No, but seriously, it is fucking awesome. What I can say is that it kind of reminded me when I was first playing through it of Howl's Moving Castle a little bit, if you've ever watched that movie, or Castle in the Sky. It seems to take elements from both of those movies and kind of just jams it into this game. Not saying it copies it, I'm just saying that there are elements from those anime that just make it so much more actually nostalgic. Playing it through the first time, I was like, this is amazing, because I'm also thinking of those two other anime that I love, that I've held really close and near and dear to my heart for a long time. So it was just another reason that I just loved this game. It's fantastically told, there's a lot of crazy shit and well-rounded characters at every turn, and it's definitely up there with one of the best stories in a Zelda game I've ever seen. As far as gameplay goes, this is where Breath of the Wild really outshines previous installments in the genre, making boss battles and survival much more difficult and tech-oriented instead of just the do a backflip, do another backflip, press A to swing at them and repeat. As every weapon, shield, and bow within Breath of the Wild has a limited durability that you have to take into consideration when fighting an enemy, large or small. A huge portion of the game you'll find yourself walking endlessly over gorgeous terrain, exploring new mini temples called shrines that reward you in currency to upgrade your stamina gauge, which allows you to run or climb longer, or your health meter, which allows you to take more damage without dying. So if walking around for miles doesn't sound like your cup of tea, just know that there is actually a fast travel system eventually in the game that is implemented, but never once for me personally when I was roaming the expansive and just beautiful lands of Hyrule did I ever find myself once saying, I hate exploring new places, this is stupid. Somehow between finding shrines, new weapons, food items to cook, and a plethora of other unlockables, walking around never became boring. As each time you play or walk around even, you're inevitably learning more about the way the world interacts with your character, weapons, and items. Like, for example, that carrying a flame weapon can actually raise your body heat so you can survive in colder weather longer, or the fact that wearing any metal weapons in a lightning storm will cause them to get charged up and you'll eventually get zapped by lightning. You're always learning new things in the game, and it's all a hands-on experience. It's not some annoying fairy telling you every fucking 10 minutes about some shit. For those of you out there who love customization, Breath of the Wild definitely steps above the rest of the Zelda games in this regard, as you're practically able to customize everything on your character. As along the journey you collect different armor sets that look fucking hella dope, which you can upgrade by using items you collect along the way. So for example, you might need to collect the guts of a very specific monster, or a horn of a dragon that only appears at nighttime in a very specific location, which also gives you the sense of hunting down down specific items that you need in order to upgrade your gear. In addition, you're actually able to change the color of your armor from all black to all pink, I guess, if you really wanted. More good news for people who like to customize things. There are a ton of fucking side quests that allow you to get really awesome things in the game, from creating your own town to getting your own house in the game, which you can use to display your weapons in, or of course get more fucking sleep. Which also leads me to my next point, in that every area you reach is just teeming with new side quests, and add even more hours to the ridiculously long campaign of the main quest. Graphically, Zelda Breath of the Wild is both refreshing and somehow familiar with the stylized cell shading that we came to love in Wind Waker and Skyward Sword. I actually remember having a conversation with my girlfriend about the graphics at one point, and she said that she expected them to be better. And my friend Nathan and I were quick to defend the game and say that Zelda's really never been about pushing the boundaries of graphics so much as it's been about creating a stylistic art style to the game that really isn't seen in any newer generations of games at this point. And I've always been one of those gamers that really never gave a shit about, you know, how great a game looks. Because yeah, you can pour all this money into how awesome or realistic a game is, but if the gameplay sucks dick, who's gonna want to play it? On that note though, I am in no way saying that the graphics are lacking, and honestly, they're the most beautiful graphics I've seen since Ni no Kuni. Lastly, I know a lot of you guys know how important music is to me in a game, and Breath of the Wild was absolutely fantastic in that regard. For those of you who played Skyrim and loved the absurdly beautiful and minimalistic music in that game, Breath of the Wild is exactly that. Beautiful at every turn, yet simple. There are actually several stretches in the game where I vividly remember there being no music. And I just remember being just so immersed in the game, I had like no idea what real life even was. Seriously, if you asked my girlfriend how bad I smelled during the week of the release of Breath of the Wild, she would probably vomit just remembering, because I forgot what a shower even was. It was just wake up, maybe eat something, Breath of the Wild for fucking 9 hours straight, probably longer, and then sleep. And that was it. That was my entire, that was my life for an entire week. But the game just sucks you in even after the point that you beat the game, because that's really where the fun is just beginning. That said, guys, I'm giving Zelda Breath of the Wild a 9.9 out of 10, and I'm really starting to question where this game is fitting on my top 10 games of all time. Because shit, something's gonna have to move. Also, guys, for some last tips for you guys who are actually playing the game, for the love of God, learn to deflect shit and learn to dodge. If you're running around the game scared of Guardians, you're probably not good at deflecting shit yet. Just a little hint for you guys. But that said, guys, thanks for watching another Despwns review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe to the channel, as there will be more. I don't know when, but there will be more. The next review I'm going to be doing is on my favorite games of all time, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. So guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel for that. I'm not sure when it's going to be out, but very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, of course, make sure to check out my show on Shane Dawson's channel, What the Fuck 5. There's a lot of scary stuff on there, but there's also a lot of funny stuff, so make sure to check out that show. And of course, check out my channel at youtube.com/CaptainDesTest, where I'm going to be posting more vlog type stuff. My Q&As are coming back. So those annotations will be up right there. I'm assuming you're not going to click them, but they're right there if you want to. It's just real simple. You put your mouse over right here. Yep. You put it, okay, you're real close. Just put it a little bit. Yeah, okay. So there. You put it right there. You press on it with the left one, not the right one. You press it with the left thing, and then it opens up a new window. Don't be scared, don't be scared. No, 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 it's fine. It's a new window. You're gonna open that up, and then it'll be me, again, talking about some random shit you don't care about. I'm glad we have this time for me to walk you through that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching another Despwns review. I love you all, and fair winds.